and welcome to our third Moody Talk on fear. If you didn't watch last week's Moody Talk, we talked about checking the facts. And this is a great skill, especially for fear. This is what I use the most for fear, because what you do with checking the facts is you take the emotion out of the situation and look at it just by, step by step what happened. And, figuring out, is the emotion you're feeling in that moment, is that the appropriate emotion for the situation? Okay. And this leads into this week's coping skill, because you need to kind of check the facts first to make sure you know the emotion that you should be feeling, because opposite action helps you with the secondary emotion you are actually feeling, and switching that back to the primary emotion that you're supposed to be feeling. It sounds like blah 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 blah, but we'll get into it. Okay. So use opposite action when your emotions do not fit the facts, or when acting on your emotions is not effective. Okay? Every emotion has an action urge. Change the emotion by acting opposite of its action urge. Okay, and their example here is, and this is very simplistic. We're going to get into it a little more. For fear, the emotion fear, the action urge would be run away or avoid. And the opposite action would be to approach it and to obviously not avoid it, right? Let's get into how to do opposite action step by step. So step 1, identify and name the emotion you want to change. So like I said, when I feel fear, my brain jumps to anger. So the primary emotion is fear. Secondary emotion is anger, because it feels more in control and it feels safer for me. And I think a lot of other people have that kind of feeling, especially people who have been in trauma, that, you tend to jump to a different emotion that makes you feel safe. And for me, anger had always made me feel safer than fear. Okay. Step 2, check the facts, like I said, to see if your emotion is justified by the facts. Check also whether the intensity and duration of the emotion fits the fact. So the intensity of it, how angry was I feeling, and, how effective is the anger in that situation? Maybe very much not effective, because anger and fear are two very different things, right? Step 3, identify and describe your action urges. Okay, so my action urge for anger would to be yell and attack someone that I feel has done something wrong to me or to someone I love, maybe harmed or something like that. So the action urge for that anger would be to attack, right? Step 4, ask wise mind, is expression or acting on the emotion effective in this situation? So wise mind is the walking between reason mind and emotion mind. And we've talked about that many times in the past Moody Talks that we've had. But that's basically what that means. Wise mind is the middle path of the reasonable mind that you have with no emotion attached at all, and then the emotion mind, which is all emotion, okay? So you ask wise mind, is expression or acting on this emotion effective in the situation? Like we said, is my anger effective with the person that I'm angry at, who maybe caused the fear I was feeling as the primary emotion, right? Is that going to help to get angry at them? If your emotion does not fit the facts, or if acting on your emotion is not effective, then you go to step 5. Identify opposite actions to your action urges. And then step 6 is act opposite all the way to your action urges. And step 7 is to repeat acting opposite to your action urges until your emotion changes. Okay? So let's get into figuring out opposite action for fear. Okay? So let's set up the scene here. You went into a supermarket, and while you were in there, somebody stole your wallet. and took all of your identification, all of your credit cards, your debit cards, anything that was in that bag or that wallet is gone now. And that is traumatic because there's the fear of all the different things that can happen when somebody steals your wallet, right? Especially where you have to go through getting all of your identification again, changing out your cards, all that kind of stuff. It can be traumatic. It can be scary because someone has entered your world, around you and taken something from you, right? So after all that's said and done, you start to be afraid to go back to that supermarket. Even though it's your favorite supermarket, right? You fear that the next time you go there, something else bad is going to happen. Maybe someone hits you, or you're afraid someone's going to steal the next wallet. And so you avoid that place, okay? So this is where we're at here, okay? Here's some steps to do the opposite action. Okay. Fear fits the facts of a situation whenever there is a threat to your life or that of someone you care about, your health or that of someone you care about, your well-being or that of someone you care about, and also, fear that something that you own is taken from you. Right? That's fear that something's going to be stolen from you again, or someone's going to threaten you at that supermarket because now you don't feel safe there, right? Follow these suggestions when your fear is not justified by the facts or not effective. So, what it's saying here, not justified, is just because it happened once. Think about it, the many, 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 many times that you have been to that supermarket. Maybe it's been your lifelong supermarket. I mean, I've been to the same supermarket for the past probably 12 to 15 years. And, like every time you've gone there, something didn't happen to you. Something bad didn't happen. Okay? So it's saying just because it happened once, it's not necessarily justified because you have had plenty of times that you've gone there where nothing as bad has happened. Okay. Keep your eyes and ears open and focused on the feared event. Okay. Look around slowly, explore. So maybe you drive up and you park in the parking lot and you take one day, you take the step towards it, and you stand outside of the supermarket, right? You're looking around, you're making sure that you are protected in this moment. Okay. Take in the information from the situation, i.e., notice that you are safe, right? Then we're going to look around and notice that you're safe. We're going to go to 6. Change posture and keep a confident voice tone. So you're not going to act timid and you're not going to act like you're hiding something or you're afraid of the people around you. You need to act like you're ready. You're confident in going in, right? Keep your head and eyes up and your shoulders back and relaxed. Adopt an assertive body posture. So knees apart, hands on hips, heels a bit out. So you're basically showing your confidence. Like, I'm so okay here. Nobody's going to bother me. Because when you do these type of things, you start to feel those type of ways too when you do the confidence boosters, right? So you feel more confident. And then change your body chemistry. For example, do paced breathing by breathing in deeply and breathing out slowly. Okay. So these are all great ways to get yourself back in. And when they say opposite action all the way, that means that you are getting yourself back to your normal process. You're getting back to going to that supermarket and being able to confidently grab a shopping cart and do all of your shopping, going up and down the aisles without fear of something bad happening to you. And it can take a short amount of time. It could take a long amount of time. Maybe instead of it being a short amount of time, you end up doing you're standing outside of the supermarket. Next day, you go in and you grab a cart You hold onto the cart and you stand on the side for a while, and then you leave. And then the next day, you go in and you take the shopping cart and you push it down an aisle. Maybe you don't actually shop, but you just push the shopping cart around a little, go down a few aisles, come out, and that's what you did for the day until eventually you've got your shopping cart full and like you don't have that fear that someone is going to attack you to take the things that you need. And you're confident and feeling great about going there and getting your needs met. So that is opposite action. And it is a great tool to figure out your the intensity of how you're feeling about your fear and how you can take small measures to help yourself with that emotion. So I hope this helps. And I will be back next week for our final Moody Talk. And I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Bye.